coming at you live from the evening, giving you an example of why this is not fun at all. Do you see this guy pacing? That guy right there. Okay, he has been pacing back and forth by the door for like 20 minutes. He's obviously waiting for a drug dealer or something. This is the kind of stuff that I have to deal with all the time. We got that guy. There's two people parked directly in front of me with their lights on. There's a whole freaking family parked right next to me. And it's crazy. Like, like not every single one of these neighborhoods is the best neighborhood. And this is sketchy shit all the time. It's really, really irritating more than anything to always have a parade of people. Like, look at this guy. This move right here. He's been fucking doing that for 20-30 minutes. I've never seen, like, usually it's the fucking Mark waiting for the plug, not the other way around. I don't know, or maybe that's what he's doing. I don't know. Either way, it's really freaking irritating. You see, in Southern California, there is always just somebody right outside the car just doing something. This guy has been doing this for 10 minutes. He went somewhere and then he came back. This kind of thing is constant. And, okay, so a lady just got out of this van right here and poured her pee into there. And then this guy has been sitting in here the whole time as well. And there was somebody sitting right there before this lady poured her pee. Shuffling through their things as well. This is typical Southern California, not just near a Planet Fitness. This is everywhere in Southern California. It's actually insane. They should just lower the price for rent or something, because this is stupid. And of course, in this car right next to me, there is a guy sitting. He's been sitting pretty much since I filmed that last video. And that's just, I guess it's because of the weather. Okay. And that guy right there in that golden car is sitting in his car too. I wonder per capita how many people in Southern California are up to this. I wonder, is Southern California the most of the population that lives in their car or sits in the car? Is it because of the weather? Do people do this in Southern Florida as well? It's just absolutely maddening. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. Hello, friends. We are back at the beach with another walk, which is a lot of fun, but can get old, surprisingly enough. It just has not yet this trip. Since we were back at the beach, I wanted to talk about a story from the book that I have not mentioned before. And that is about a premonition that I had about the love of my life, or my true love. Around the 2015, I got it into my head that I would find the love of my life on the beach. And as I mentioned before, I was not an outdoorsy person. And up until that point, I had not really ever been to the beach outside of like maybe once or twice when I went to Hawaii for a few minutes. Honestly, even Hawaii, I was not a beach person. So the idea that the love of my life would be there was very strange to me, but I was very into it. So into it that I ended up going on a vacation with my grandmother and Clementine to San Diego. And I basically, we were just on a vacation, but I just kept an eye out for him wherever he was. And then I ended up coming here to Long Beach a couple of months later just by myself. I thought maybe if I just cleared the energy and went by myself. And it was really funny because I came for my birthday and I was really excited and the energy was really, really high. I felt like I was going to see him. And the funniest thing happened. This guy walked by me. He was kind of cute. I don't even remember what he looked like, honestly, but he was cute enough. But he didn't seem like the guy, but I didn't care because his dog came up to me and kissed me right on the cheek. It was the perfect meet cute. I was like, this is the moment. And the guy just looked at me and like the dog, and he just kind of like laughed and just kept walking. That is the reception that I get on this earth. And that is as close to I've gotten gosh, this shirt. That is as close as I've gotten to finding true love on the beach, just like my premonition. But maybe that's why I'm here. That is the point of why I said that. Hopefully that's why I'm here. I'm on my way now. Maybe he'll be there. Hello, friends. Okay, we are on the beach. Clementine is riding. I think she's tired. I really want Clementine to go inside. But I wanted to say this. I am not used to being on the beach with a bunch of people. We're usually here very, very early in the morning, and we're the only people on the whole stretch of the beach. There's a few people on the walkway. There's usually a lot more people on the walkway, but I've never seen as many people, and it is so weird because sometimes I do forget that there's other people on earth? Because like I try to do things to avoid crowds at all, and I live in like a kind of a bubble where there isn't anybody. Hello friends, I am coming to you live from a walk with Clementine on another, oops, wait, she has to poop. Okay, I'm back. Coming at you live from a walk on another beautifully overcast day. As you can see, it is gorgeous. Oh my gosh, and I completely forgot what I was going to talk about because I really did want to walk, but it also is really beautiful to show. Like, look at this tree. Oh, I can't even show the tree. Oh. Anywho, I can't even show the tree. It's gorgeous. I guess I should walk. But when I remember what to say, I'll come back, even if it's just in the car. The scenery is much more beautiful, but I have to pay attention to the scenery, you know what I'm saying? I remember what I wanted to say. I did not get to finish my statement yesterday because it was so crowded at the beach. I didn't realize it was Saturday. It was Saturday and it was the middle of the day. I would never do anything on a Saturday in the middle of the day like that. I was walking down the pier thinking, when I usually go to the beach, there's no one on the beach. The stores are closed. I go to I do that stuff. Like everything I do in the off peak, whatever. Like I do everything early or late or not at all. I do not do crowds and stuff like that. And it was just so crazy to see the people on the beach. The beach is really different with people on it. It's kind of not as much fun because there's no beach. It's just a bunch of people. I don't get that. Okay, I have to go again because why am I doing this in the middle of traffic? Okay. Sometimes I truly do forget like how many people are on the earth and how many people are outside doing things. Even when I lived in my car, I mean, I was irritated by having a bunch of people around me, but like a lot of it was COVID and there was nobody out there. That was the best time because there was nobody around. It was just me and the world, and like the stuff and everything was closed. It was like my usual life because everything I do, usually when I go to the grocery store or whatever it is, it's when everything else is closed. And even when I was a night out, I used to go to the grocery store at like 1:30 in the morning. It's just funny. You can avoid other people if you really, really try really hard. The crowd at the beach yesterday did give me some perspective on things. Maybe that's why people miss the kind of things that I pick up, because there's so many people around. Like if you only go to the beach on a weekend during the day like that, you're so busy looking at, as an animal, when there's that many people around, you're worrying about danger and things like that, whether you realize it or not. You know, you're assessing the crowd. And maybe you don't have time to think about stuff like if there's oil in the sand, or other things like that. And that's, again, I guess, just about group mentality, like pack mentality and group think. Sometimes it is good as a human being to go outside of the grain or against the grain or outside of the crowd, especially when it is in regards to you and nature. Just get out to a quiet place in nature somewhere just to pay attention. And you might notice no matter where you go, there's like, you try to go in the forest and you're going to see leftover something from a hunter, or because that's what happened to me when I tried to go. If you read the book, every place we went, it was really nice until we got to the part where there were people involved, and then there was a mess. It was like camping places were a mess. The beach was a mess. Everything was a mess. And the only thing, I even say this in the book, the only thing that is dirtier than people, for me, is birds, and birds poop wherever they want without regard. And I've never seen anything messier than human beings. Point is, I think when you are caught up in the crowd, you can miss things that are right in front of your face. I think that was the lesson that I learned yesterday, outside of just how crazy it is when there are just people around. It's just wild. And I know that sounds crazy coming from me because I was literally outside for an entire year in 2020, lived in a car. I'm sitting in a car right now, but I just didn't realize. It's just funny. Other than that, I'm eating peanuts, by the way, cacahuates, right out of the shell. If I eat them out of the shell, they don't affect me as negatively as if I eat the processed ones that have already been shelled, which is so funny, right? And then But the weird thing about peanut butter is if I eat the all-natural peanut butter, it will really, really hit my system so heavy. And then if I eat processed peanut butter, it just burns out like nothing. I don't know what's going on there. The processed peanut butter is not food. I don't know what it is, but like, it's not food. It's just mostly oil. And it kind of hits your system like oil. There's barely any peanuts in it. That's the funny part. That is not what I came here to talk about. Oh. Other than that, what I said before, I really do enjoy making these little vlogs. It's a lot of fun. My dream is to have a real nice, fun life to vlog about. And then the proper equipment and the time to edit and all of that stuff. Not that I would want that to be my thing, like my only thing, but it's a lot of fun. And what else? I probably should not be talking and eating at the same time, but I literally... Oh, I wanted to say something else. Okay. I will probably insert a clip of me just... Hello, friends. So Clementine and I are back from the beach, and I wanted to get my stuff for tomorrow, like the clothes that I wanted to wear, but I can't because there's someone parked next to me, sitting in the passenger seat in the car next to me. It is insane that there is always someone sitting in their fucking car next to me. It's got to be the weather. It is the most irritating thing on earth about this place. It is almost like being in the Twilight Zone or in a fucking purgatory because it's just a bunch of people sitting in a car staring blankly. It is so freaking irritating. I can never get anything done because there's always somebody fucking next to me. Okay. Of me just literally, oh my God, see, they're doing, the guy parked next to me right now. Flipping out about somebody parking next to me. And I noticed that people who do food eating videos in their car, they freak out in a similar way. Because the number of times when I've seen people be like, there are so many parking spots in this lot. Why does this guy have to park right next to me when they're eating in their car? And I think it's just something about sitting in your car makes you hyper aware of what's going on. And if you're in a place like with the good weather where there's people just pull up, park, pull their windows down and sit, it's nightmarish. It really is. Literally, as I'm talking, I say literally a lot. There's a guy and he decides to be the one that's sitting, like he's not going to get out and go to the park. He's going to sit. Isn't that great? Fucking irritating. Oops. All right. Oh, and yesterday, I ate French fries. I mentioned this before. I love French fries. And then today I woke up and my feet and my ankles were swollen. So puffy. But because usually I have like super veiny hands and wrists, hands and arms, like my wrists, arms, hands, fingers, everything's super veiny. I even have this like really thick vein that sticks out in my neck. I'm like a vein, what is it called? Vascular? Super veiny person. And that I don't like. And so my feet were normal looking, but they were so puffy. But then when I worked out, I sweat. And then it went away. But that was just so funny because I was like, I like the look, but it's probably a sign of a problem. A deep purge. And as for today, once again, Clementine and I are just trying to rest for as long as we can because we do have to go find a library on a Sunday, which means that we're going to have to drive, I think, out of this little town because I don't think they have any libraries that are open. But we do have to charge the battery bank, which just charged to like 40 something last night. And that is just so frustrating. I feel like Icarus. No, he's the one that flew too close. Sisyphus? Who's the guy with the boulder? And he has to pull the boulder up the thing and then it just comes back down. I feel like that guy. Because it's just a nightmare to keep this battery charged. Little dog needs her fan.